What is going on, guys? It is Rexsi here. Today we are doing something we haven't really ever done before. We're gonna be doing a patch notes. Hey, you wanna be on video? We're gonna be doing a patch notes review on the Season 6, I don't actually know what exactly, Neo Olympia update? I don't know the actual... Hey, come on, you wanna be on webcam? Come on, YouTube wants to see you, come here. We're gonna be doing a review on the new patch, and we're gonna be giving our perspective as a dual player, and seeing how this update affects us. I want to do this on every patch, but I thought I'd start with this one just because, you know, it's a little... Look at the camera. It's a little more oriented around Duel in general, and I wanted to talk about the changes, all that awesome stuff. So stick around, we will go over them. You are not gonna be able to be here. Ow! All video. Here, you can sit in this chair. Here you go. Oh, jeez, careful, buddy. All right, let's get started. So, Neo Olympia. There's a lot of cool skins. The devs decided to actually focus a little more on the changes in game rather than, you know, releasing another god and stuff like that, which I really agree with. I think it's pretty cool. I didn't look too much into this patch. All I did was look into the duel portion. So we are going to be taking a look at all the skins, giving our opinions. So the Wheelix one, I think that's pretty neat. I haven't seen any of these skins in game actually though, so I can't actually give my opinion on the abilities and everything, but the design, the idea with this is really cool. I'll be doing individual skin review videos on every single skin that comes out, obviously. That one looks pretty neat. I don't know how I feel about this one. The arc seems a little weird on the face, but I don't know, I feel like there's just better Vulcan skins out there. I mean, they're all designed around the same thing. Warmaker Cerberus. See, this one, they're all in this sort of theme, right? Which makes sense, obviously, but yeah, that one's cool. That is really cool. I'm curious to see that in game. I cannot wait to do a review on this skin. As hard as Cerberus might be to play, that looks really cool. God, if you looked at this, you'd have no idea what god this is for. This doesn't even look like the same game as Smite. No way in hell. Dada Dealer Daji. That's a tongue twister. Pretty cool. Oh, she's got the Cerberus thing there. Nothing crazy for that skin. What is that skin? Nuwa? So it's like a mermaid? Is she constantly in this? Okay, I feel like she's needed a mermaid skin. I agree with that. The Hunbat skin. Now this is a big one. The first Hunbat skin in a long time. I really hope they don't mess up the abilities on this one because I think the design's pretty cool. Kind of surprising that they went with this over other things, other ideas with Hunbats, like more... I don't know, I feel like this is just really broad. It's just like, ooh, he's a monster. I don't know. I'll have to see in game. The skins aren't like a huge deal. There's nothing too much to talk about. We'll just glance over them. Unichrome set. This is a very hit or miss skin. I feel like it's going to be... What is this? I don't even see this one. Bastet. What the hell? Luminous Bastet. So, interesting. She's got like a dagger? Okay. I don't know how is this one gonna work? How is this gonna work? Also, we got like a Scylla right there, I noticed. I don't understand. I want to see this one in game. Like, holy shit. I'm really curious to how that one pans out. This one, the Raw skin, or no, the Poseidon skin. The ultimate, I have actually seen the ultimate on this one. And it is absolutely hilarious. Holy crap. Neo or Necobacchus seems pretty cool. I feel like the voice pack has a very big influence on us to whether or not the skin is going to be good or not. It seems pretty cool, but he's got a lot of wacky skins, I just realized. I don't know how I feel about this skin. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a lot like that Reptile Fenris skin. I feel like reptile skins like really don't work a lot of the time. Especially from a human. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. We got the Horse and Set Masteries. We got the battle passes, yada yada yada. We got all these fixes, doesn't really matter. All these issues and glitches, not a huge deal. Well, I mean, they're nice. Obviously, like, so that there's not as much glitches, but they're not what I want to talk about. Project Olympus, chests and stuff. So they're changing up Assault. So there's no longer a ledge for the fountain, and it now sits flush with the ground. I was gonna walk by a fountain, but regen and bind capabilities follow the same rules. Okay, I think that's because I noticed me and Trelly were playing some assault. We would sometimes get knocked back up there pretty easily. Decrease the number of odds that can spawn on the map from 6 to 4. 2 of the 4 that remain. Okay. So are they always there, or they don't? Okay, so it doesn't matter if the towers are destroyed. Are they automatically there before the towers are destroyed, though? We'll see. And Baron now counts as a healer, which is going to be really annoying for people, or for people with Barons on their team that don't know how the heal works, and they just miss every time. Arena. Increase health per minute. Increase physical power from... Jesus! To attack over there. Okay, wow, they're just going to destroy everything in their path. Okay, so the Minotaurs are updated. That's pretty neat. So I saw these changes. These aren't a huge duel change. Like, none of this is. I'm just glancing over it because I'm curious. But now, Enhanced Fire Giant will now appear 30 minutes into the game, up from 25 minutes. Okay. Reducing bonus... Okay, so the Primal Fury now actually has a decent bonus compared to before. Okay, let's just quickly glance over this. I like this, though. This will be really useful for the Conquest videos that I end up recording. Hopefully we can duo queue. Because the 50 MMR was just ridiculous. You had to be like 25 between. It was just dumb. It's still a little dumb. I think it should be a little higher. Clash. Okay, I really don't need to spend too much time on this. Jousts. Adjust the Bull Demon King so that he continues to move and attack more smoothly. This should make him much more harder to kite. So that's either a good... Wait, is this... Okay, so wait, this is just Joust overall, but this carries over to Duel as well. Okay, so... adjust to the Bull Demon King. So does that mean, hopefully, that since he attacks more smoothly, there's an issue where if you move too much, he won't do his combo attack, which is, like, fucking deadly to some mages and stuff like that, because they need that bonus of, you know, the extra cooldown time when he goes to charge up his attack and everything, all that stuff. So hopefully that fixes that. I'm going to assume it does. Now, this is pretty awesome. They increased the minis, as I like to call them, from 50 to 75, which is good. I really like that change. That gives you more incentive to actually rotate to them. But I feel if they really wanted to go for something, I think the best change they could do for these, to make people really want to rotate and like make them priority, is to give a ward duration for the respawn timer. I think that would be the best change overall in Duel, that, at least in Duel. It would actually, you know, give motivation to rotate to them. Now, blue buff, now use melee attacks, which I guess is like some sort of running theme, because apparently the blue buff is the only camp in the game or whatever that uses range attacks, I've heard. Or something like that. I might be wrong, but that's not a huge deal. It's okay. It does actually affect some things, though. For stealing the buff, it's going to be a hell of a lot harder now, because if you think about it, when you were fighting the magical version, even if, like, if you're a melee, obviously they're going to stay in place and it's not a huge deal, but if you are a magical or like a ranged character and you're hitting the blue camp, even if you're back quite a ways, it takes more space to go back before the minions start moving. So now, if you hit it and you're like further back already, then they're going to come towards you, and it's going to be harder to actually predict where to throw your ability over the wall to try and steal the blue. I mean, it's a minor thing, but it's still gonna have an effect on that, which I'm sad about because I like stealing buffs a lot, and it's gonna make it a tad bit more difficult. Anyways, yeah, that's the changes overall for that. Good changes, I like it. Anyways, let's get on to the real big changes, okay? So this is the big stuff that everyone's freaking out about. Okay, so Duel is a difficult mode to balance, as Smite has an overwhelming amount of design decisions made with the assumption that it is a team game. However, we want to continue finding ways to make this mode feel better for those who play it, aka a giant chunk of the community. A common frustration in Duel is winning the early game but then stalling out and sieging the enemy Titan, possibly resulting in a loss after a single death. The changes in this update are designed to make the Titan sieging easier and to appropriately reward incremental incremental advantages gained throughout the match. First thing I want to talk about. Number one, the goal of their idea here is, however, we want to continue finding ways to make this feel better for those who play it. A common frustration in Duel is winning the early game, but then stalling out on sieging the enemy Titan, possibly resulting in a loss after a single death. If that's their issue, then there's a much bigger issue right now, and that is the Conquest changes that they made for the reverse snowball effect. Like, it's really good in Conquest, and it stops snowballing. But if that's the issue they see in Duel, I mean, I'm fine with these changes. I'll talk about them in a minute. But if that's their vision and that's why they dislike it, I feel like they should revert the Conquest change from Duel, because right now, if you are up, I could be up 6-0, and I'm playing a character. Let's say I'm playing like a less meta character, or like an A tier character, and my enemy's playing an S tier character, right? Like, if I destroy the early game and I'm 6-0, I'm sieging every single minion, every single creep, I'm not missing a wave, and I'm super focused on everything I'm doing. Even if this person makes sure he gets every single wave, and he's just at least trying and not dying as best as he can, even if I die once to him, that snowball effect, or like the reverse snowball effect, where they're just like, ooh, we're gonna punish, snowballing so it's not as bad in Conquest. In Duel, that fucking destroys you. It destroys you. The amount of XP and gold you get off of that revenge kill, like, it puts you so far back into the game that it's stupid. So you could have like a 6-kill lead. This has happened to me in countless videos. I will be up by so many kills, and like, I'm farming efficiently, and it takes forever, but I put myself like 2-3 levels ahead of them. And the second they kill me once, like, even if all the buffs are down, boom, they just immediately get, like, there's only like a level gap between us, maybe. And if I miss time when I die and they go and get the buffs that I've been getting all game, all of a sudden they are literally almost the exact same level as me. And it's a little ridiculous, and I feel like if they're going to focus on that sort of thing in Duel, they should at least consider that, because that change definitely had a big impact on the whole snowballing and stalling at the game aspect of it. But their change design that they think is a good idea, or at least they're testing, is Titans in Duel now only deal 50% damage to enemy players. Gods only. Still deal normal damage to minions. Titan HP is decreased by 25%. So I think it has 7k right now. So it's going to be decreased by 25%. So it's not going to have as much HP. So 1/4 less and 50% less to gods. That's the biggest change. We've already talked about these. Now, these changes are what everyone's freaking out about. Like, they can't really wrap their head around it, or there's two common things I'm seeing. It's number one, oh my god, this shit is this is stupid, and it's like the dumbest thing in the world, and why would they ever do this? Like, it's just dumb. And then the other one I'm seeing is, oh my god, this is awesome. Like, oh, this is sick. No more camping, all this stuff. Now, I'm going to give my perspective, and I'm going to explain both perspectives as to why it's good and why it's bad. It's pretty obvious if you really think about it and, like, try and, like, understand why people like it and dislike it. It's like a double-edged sword. Like, that's, like, the easiest way to put it. Because it stops stalling a little bit, right? Of course, it does. Maybe this will even out a little bit the issue I was having earlier about the killing them once effect, but at the same time it could be, devastating the other way around. Anyways, let's say, for example, you are dealing against a god that is camping the entire game, right? Now, this god that you're playing against, now, even though they're stalling the game and the Titan has less HP, let's say they still kill you once. Like, the person that's turtling under their Titan, yes, you might be able to have a better chance at killing that Titan because it's easier, it has less HP, it doesn't do as much damage. But let's say they kill you once. Let's say they kill you once and they're playing like a higher tier character than you. Let's say this motherfucker's playing Anubis and you're like Hercules or something. Now, the fact that he's killed you once and he's completely caught up, like almost completely caught up, if he gets your Phoenix, what are you supposed to do against an Anubis that only has to do 75% of the Titan's HP and can tank for a long time? So he's CC immune 3 ults with less HP to deal with, and a late game Anubis That's the bad thing about it, is that backdooring characters now, 100%, it's way, way, way easier. It's like, it's annoying. So that means that like the Chronos mains and everything like that are just literally not even gonna focus on fighting you. They're just gonna run past you, do as much damage to the Titan as they can, and almost pretty much kill it. And I bet in 2 fell swoops they could just run by and just kill it. And just manage to do it, because the Titan isn't gonna hurt them enough, and it doesn't have as much HP to burn through. So that means that it's really bad in terms of backdooring. But on the other hand, which is what I like about it, I like it, but I dislike it at the same time, and I can't really like make up my mind, is in my, like, when I play the game, I tend to snowball a lot. Like, that's a big thing for me. I go aggressive early and I get a lot of kills, and then, you know, a quote unquote choke, I die once, and it affects things really badly because I'm trying to end, but I can't because they're an Apollo or an Anubis or someone, and that can clear really easily, like a hunter with Audibo, or any god that can clear like really easily. So, and I, like, let's say I'm playing like an assassin or something, I don't have like a really surefire way to like poke the Titan from a distance and then whittle it down. I have to full commit and try and kill this person. Now it's a little easier for me because I can, you know, I can Thorns, and I can just full commit a little more to the Titan and understand and realize that I have more potential to actually do a little bit of damage and not die as easily. Whereas before, you know, like, I would get killed pretty quickly from the Titan, and then they'd kill me once, and then I'd kind of be screwed. But now at least there's, you know, a chance in that aspect. But at the same time, it, you know, it works the other way around, where it's just like backdooring, they kill you once. I mean, you should just be a little more careful nowadays. I think the changes are better. I think it's a good change, and I'm curious to see how it plays out, but I'm not going to make up my mind yet. I'm going to wait, I'm going to give it a bit, and then I'll give my real opinions as we go along here. And we will see exactly how this plays out. So far, it seems like it could be either really good or really bad. For me, I think it would be better because I have to deal with the whole people camping situation quite a lot more than most people. But I like, it kind of favors like the Titan campers, or like the I mean, I think the main thing is it pisses people off that like camping under the Titan. Like the people that just enjoy like and win off of just clearing the waves and then like fighting a little bit and running back to heal and then coming back, running back to the fountain and not letting them touch your Titan. I feel like those people are more pissed off than anybody. But at the same time, it can be annoying for both parties. But I feel like that pisses more turtling people off more than anything. And then there's also the party that's annoyed at people that can easily more backdoor. I don't know. It's a difficult thing to balance, that's for sure. But I feel like Hi-Rez is... I'm really happy they're actually at least somewhat understanding that Duel. People like Duel. I understand it's not the main mode, and it's not that huge of a deal. But if they are going to individually change the effect that Duel has, they can actually mess with things specifically in Duel. I feel like there's a lot of changes. I'd like to actually run by them and give them ideas. As I feel like there's a lot of little things that could be done that could make Duel a little more fair and not actually balance out anything else. And I also have another question. What if you're trying to make a custom 1v1? Now, is there like a setting for like the Duel rule setting now? Like these? Like the Titan HP and the damage to players? Like when you make a custom, are they going to make like specific customs for Duel? I'm not sure. Anyways, those are my thoughts on the Duel changes. Let me know your opinions and what you think is going to happen. Don't have any adamant opinions yet and just say that the game's ruined and everything sucks and ooh, or this is gonna destroy Duel. It's not. Calm down. I'm sure Hi-Rez will, if they're caring enough to actually somewhat look at what's going on in Duel, they will at least take the opinions of people and see how this pans out. So anyways, let me know your thoughts. Let's take a quick look at the items, I guess. Shifter Shield, change percentage threshold for its effects. So 50%, or, well, over 75. Okay. So now it's more, I'd say, like an offensive item now. Okay, so yeah, now it's more, I'd say, like, and I don't really use Shifter Shield in general. It's not that amazing in Duel, but, I mean, now it's just like, you burst up when you're like high HP, and now when you're lower, it's just even lower than 75. It's like, I don't know, it's not a huge change, but now it's just more on the tanky side, I'd say. Wow, now provides 5 power. Morningstar provides 5 MP5? Increase? Yes! Let's go! Transcendence was buffed. Hell yeah, there's a lot of MP5 changes I've heard. Okay, Morningstar now provides 5 MP5? Now I literally don't need to go 3 mana potions anymore. I can afford to get away with going... So this is huge. Oh, wait, never mind. They increased the cost. Fuck. I didn't even read the cost. Fuck, that actually kind of sucks. Okay, wait, no, well... It kind of, like, balances out, though. I love this start because it's just, like, you know, I can go... when I usually buy this item, I go, you know, my 2 health potions and my 2 mana potions, or my 3 mana potions for an aggressive start. But now, I can go 2... I'm gonna have to go 2 of each, and it kind of just evens out for the mana that I'm losing. Overall. So, I mean, if anything, this benefits me because people can't just buy as many health potions, so I'll take it. Anyways, yeah, increased MP5. I like it a lot. So much mana, holy shit. So there's just a ton of MP5 changes. Holy shit. Damn, lots of mana. All of my items, I love it. Decreased basic attack range from 16 to 12, finally. Did you guys use... Did they change the one for Cuchulainn as well? Is Cuchulainn's also 16? I'm not sure if Cuchulainn's is also 16, but they have freaking... I can't believe they're all the way down to... Is 12 like the normal? We're lowering the... Standard 12 range. Okay, so 12. 16 to 12. Holy crap. I'm pretty sure Cuchulainn... Basic attack range. Yeah, that's what I thought. Exactly. See, Cuchulainn, they should revert Cuchulainn if they're gonna do it with Achilles. They both have spears. Like, it's insane. Like, with that range, you can literally be looking away from the opponent and still hit them. It just doesn't really make sense. So, I mean, I'm happy they're doing that, but if they're gonna do that with Achilles, I think they should just do that over the board, shouldn't they? So, Achilles getting nerfed. Oof. From 20% to 14, Jesus. Okay, it's kind of rough. I guess Conquest, he's kind of fragging. Increased damage for strike from... Wait. Oh, so the base damage is increased. Oh, that's pretty good. It won't really change or place in the duel. So there's big changes to Aphrodite, I've heard. Many healers have found their way... I heard this is like a healing meta now. Many healers have found their way in and out of the Conquest meta, yet Aphrodite has been stuck on the sideline. This goddess has some of the highest healing potential in the game and excels at keeping one hypercarry alive even during the riskiest of fights. However, her laning phase was shaky at best. We are decreasing the cooldown of her primary clear to a Lovebirds to help her reach mid-game more easily. Back off is being changed to make sure that the slow prize every time. Fixing a visually confusing element of her kit. That is true. Kiss is also seeing significant buffs. Okay, we're just buffing fucking everything. Okay, that's what you should have said. Okay, increased... Okay, the base is doubled. Oh. Wow. This does shit all for duel. Okay, it helps a tiny bit, I guess, the bonus damage, but the Aphrodite in general is pretty low tier in duel. She doesn't really do much. Back off now always applies to 25% slow. Okay, that's decent. Okay, and 12 seconds overall. That's actually not that bad, especially for the early game. Like, her early game is just so bad, which makes it even worse because, like, normally they'll be able to get the anti-heal online either way. I think this will definitely push her up a bit in the meta. Without a doubt, it's going to push her up, at least on my tier list. I have her very low, and I guess they're also noticing this in Conquest. I mean, overall, I think the god is just lackluster. But this should definitely do some good for her. Without a doubt. She'll definitely move up on the tier list. But yeah, 12 seconds is huge. Bonus power is also nice. At least from the beginning. Yeah, her early game is just going to be really nice overall, which is like her worst thing. Her worst state of the game. Okay. Increased base mana from 250 to 300. I heard Hell's being buffed. Where is she? Ooh, hello. Okay, so increased base... They're increasing a lot of... and decreasing a lot of mana stuff. Lots of mana changes. Base mana for level increased 34 to 38. Okay, none of this is going to really affect duel. Mana cost, not a huge deal. Increased base mana from 290 to 310. Increased base mana for level. Okay, that's pretty big. No, even though it's a little bit of a damage increase, it's really going to do nothing at all. Chung is just absolute garbage in duel, and there's nothing that can... She's going to need a lot more than that just to do something there. This is sick. They're buffing Hell again, dude. Hell is going to be... I'm thinking Hell might move up to like S, A plus S. Hell was particularly vulnerable in the early game and had some of the more demanding costs for mage effects. While her squishy early game should be a point players can try to exploit, it was too punishing. We are increasing her base health and lowering the cost on her main poking tool with the hopes of improving her overall experience at the start of the game. Okay, so they're increasing her base health, which is friggin' amazing. Mages tend to have such low base health, which is like the scariest thing about playing Hell. If you're to play against aggressive early game gods, that's the only way Hell could like struggle. Hell freaking dominates. Like people underrate her. Maybe it's because I've got so much time on her, but the god destroys, absolutely destroys. She's got practically insta clear, and can just pressure you and then heal a wave. It's insane. And people never see it coming. And she's one of my highest win rates. Now, her biggest issue was against early game aggressive gods. Like before Fenrir got nerfed, I hated it. Like some of my only losses were to gods like Fenrir, because Fenrir just jumping on you and then just brutalizing, that you were practically instantly dead because you have such low base health against, you know, Attacker's Blessing is in the meta. You have very aggressive starts with like and high base damage, all that stuff, and the Transcendence on top of that. Ability-based characters, especially early game, just bully the crap out of Hell, and she struggles to get past that point. So definitely increasing the base health is going to be freaking awesome for that. And they decrease the mana cost. Another huge thing is Hell also sucks with mana consumption. That's another big thing with Hell, and that's awesome that her I mean, at least one ability was decreased from 70 to 55 is pretty huge, and that's awesome. Mainly the health, though, that's like a big thing as well, but decreased mana also definitely helps. Horus, I don't really want to talk about that because he's not even in Duel yet, so I can't really give an opinion on that. King Arthur, probably talking about how bullshit he is. Reduced bonus energy generation for 25% per stack. 20%. 80% down from one. Okay. Sword now glows a different color. Wait, the sword now glows a distinct color. Oh, so like when he has enough for it. That's pretty sick. I like that. That's nice. I feel like there's some gods they could add that to. Like little things so you know exactly. Because I feel like there's some gods that are like that don't have that sort of thing. I don't think this is gonna have a huge impact. I mean, he's already pretty mediocre in Duel. He's like, I'd put him like A-ish, like around A. I'm gonna be updating my tier list here very soon, so be on the lookout for that. But at the moment, he still just struggles with objectives and everything. So we'll see. We'll see how this comes of it. Merlin, decreased damage scaling from 35% to 30% per tick. Decreased base damage from 60 to, or all the way down from 220 to 200. The protection reduction basically not only applies to enemy gods. Okay, so Merlin trash. This is a fact. Merlin is bad in Duel. He is not that good of a character. He is maybe A+. He's A+ at best. This character, I don't care what anybody says. If you are losing against a Merlin, it's because you don't know what you're doing. And this god is just literally designed to just camp. The only way you can ever do decent with him is if you manage to somehow get a first blood. If the person knows what they're doing, they should never get first blooded by a Merlin, who has really shit cooldowns early game. This is going to make him even worse. It might put him even lower. But think about it. This character literally has the longest dash cooldown of all time. Like, if you literally just play around that, if he misses like any of his abilities and you go in on him and he jumps away and you're a character with like a jump or something, or an assassin, or literally any character with a jump, boom, you're on him. He's got no cooldowns. He's not going to have cooldowns. He can't switch stances. Like, if you catch him when he doesn't switch stances, or when he already switched stances, what the fuck do? You just sit there and die. You have to sit under your tower if you want a chance. Mostly all of the top duelers agree that Merlin just can't do anything. He's forced to camp. I never see Merlin in Duel because he's just forced to camp. Like, he has to because his cooldowns are just too ridiculous. Like, his damage is really good, don't get me wrong. In late game, really quality stuff, but that just means he has to camp. He's not that insane of a character. And this is going to make him quite a bit worse. Okay, Poseidon. Uh-oh. Decreased mana cost. Oh, no, please! Oh, God. No. Okay, well, it doesn't really affect the early game, which is nice. It's not a huge deal. And I mean, by the time you have them all the way upgraded, man, it's not really a problem anyway, so. Not really going to affect too much. Not going to talk about set. X-Ball. Jesus. Whoa. Wait a minute. This ability no longer stuns God who are moving at the end of this effect. Wait, what? For the final balance adjustments update, we have a controversial change. X-Ball has been overperforming at all levels of play, including normal, ranked, and competitive. His ultimate brings a unique aspect to the game. Deals no direct damage yet dramatically and gives confusion. This effect is especially potent when relax. Jesus. Perhaps the most unique effect of this ability. It's a CC, bada boom, bada bing. The stun simply removed counterplays options. Is that really like the change they're going for? I feel like X-Ball is always either really strong or just garbage. Like his damage, I feel like it used to be his passive. I mean, they changed that, it seemed to fix them, but now he's just a little too strong, I guess. I think maybe they should have just doled down his passive a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not familiar with Conquest, so I can't really say anything. But this kind of sucks for Duel. Makes him even worse, because that was a big thing for him. Is definitely having that stun at the end of it. Made for good openings and stuff like that. Anyways, that is the entire patch. I went over everything as much as I could, and hopefully that gives you a better idea as to how most of this is going to affect Duel. I gave my thoughts. Let me know if you have some thoughts on how these changes are going to affect Duel, and if they're good or not. Let me know what you thought of this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave it a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button to support the channel. Would really appreciate it. Anyways, I will see you in the next video, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.